Your memories are fading even now, gone to form the soul of the game we play. These pieces are new, as are the stakes. Life, death, and vengeance. We must ride, for time is short, and you have much to learn. Make your first choice, and let us set these wheels in motion once more.
Okay, trying out a new game. I played some of it, but I started over. Hand of Fate 2. It's a pretty cool concept for a card game.
These cards represent your history and our game. We know where they end, for you are here. Therefore, these cards must guide you to my side. Let us see what the journey holds. The fool steps into nothingness, because they know no better. In the same way, you must step into the void. You are a blank slate, and together we will write your history.
You've stumbled many miles through this forest in search of the thieves who robbed you. Though exhausted and hungry, you are determined to reclaim your father's amulet. You finally catch sight of the thieves hacking at a large tree and arguing among themselves. We're gonna move closer to eavesdrop.
Every element of the game has been improved, even those that seem at first glance familiar. Do not worry. You will soon understand the nuances.
So some failure there. You try to eavesdrop on the conspiring thieves, but their voices are muffled by the bushes. You shuffle closer to get a better view. You soon spot a group of farmers coming around the corner, bringing their wares to market. The thieves fell the tree into the path of the unsuspecting farmers and leap out, weapons brandished. Give us all your food. So I can leap to the farmer's defense, offer to help them, warning it won't come for free, or help the thieves. Well, you hear the leader's voice say, you lads handle this. I'll meet you when you're done. Thug. Violence for the sake of violence and theft for the sake of money. Thieves attack frequently and can evade standard attacks, making heavy weapons less effective. Here's my controls. So that's kind of cool. So, you know, when you have combat in the cards, you actually have to be somewhat skillful in the combat. The farmers fumble in their haversacks in gratitude. Thank you, adventurer. I'm sure that after they took our food, they would have taken our lives as well. You fall on the food with a sigh, shoveling bread in your mouth to quell your hunger. Your satisfaction lasts only a moment before you realize your father's amulet is not among the takings. You consume one food. Their leader must still have it. You set to your feet, determined to find him. So every time you move onto an undiscovered card, you use up some food and it will heal you a little bit. A friend in need. While enjoying a moment beside the fire, you spy a strange figure approaching your camp. It's a goblin dressed in what must pass for goblin finery. From beneath a filthy fox pelt serving as an ill-fitting wig, the goblin winks at you with wild red eyes. Aha! I've been rowing for hours trying to find you. We must get this over with quickly if I have any hope of getting to all the people on my list before sunrise. It lowers the sack from its shoulder. Now, from within my sack, I can conjure whatever your heart desires. The goblin's voice trails off as he examines his sack. Well, I could if there wasn't a blooming great big hole in it. His head disappears entirely into the bag until his bulbous nose protrudes from the breach. A new plan, then. The goblin pulls out his last trinkets. So we have an option.
A simple defense. You can do better given time.
Well, I guess I took the shield.
This card has a token. Can you find it?
Your journey through a forest is interrupted by an inquisitive child. Are you searching for the forest folk? My uncle says that they used to walk these woods giving out gifts. I want to find one and ask for a lemon cake. As they dash off to peer under a nearby log, the child shouts back, Remember, if you meet the forest folk, give me a lemon cake. In the other direction, an eerie song hangs in the air. You attempt to find its origin. You follow the song through thicket and stream until you find an open glade bathed in golden sunlight. You find an aged maiden, her posture bent like the boughs of a forest. It's been 12 winters since I had a visitor. Her voice is a whisper, yet it thunders in your ears. You may visit me when you are in need, adventurer.
This is yours now. Even if you lose the challenge, you have earned this token. Nothing could be more fitting now than meeting the mage who started this all. Or at least, started it all for you.
A trail of fallen trees and distraught farmers leads you to the thieves who had stolen your amulet. It seems their infighting has only gotten worse. The bandits surround their former leader, weapons drawn. Everyone will get their fair share. There's no need for violence, the leader implores. Who ever heard of a thief talk about fair share, spits one. You turn up and boss us around. We've barely stabbed anyone. It's been days since I've stabbed someone. Days. The leader notices you approaching and waves you over. As much as I'd love to continue this discussion regarding stabbings, I'm afraid I'll have urgent business with my associate here. As he greets you, he whispers, Keep me alive and there'll be plenty of gold for your trouble. Tell him gold cannot replace the amulet he stole. He holds up a finger. First rule of negotiation, never let them know what you want. Kill my associates and I'll gladly return your amulet. Ever reliable, the thieves draw their blades to mug you. The leader hurries away to hide. Give us your stuff or we'll stab you, growls one of them. You consider your options. We're gonna fight. You draw your weapon and prepare to deal with the miscreants. Tip, perform a quick riposte by attacking immediately after defending an enemy attack. Dang it. Come on. With the battle resolved, the thief leader nods in approval at the carnage before him. He holds out a hand. The name's Malaclypse. Wow. Bard extraordinaire. His smile fades under your withering glare. Sensing your anger, he raises his hands in surrender. Wait, let's not be hasty. We're on the same side here. I'm an upstanding citizen just like you. I've been working with the thieves, yes, but only for the greater good. No, really, they were killing people before I came along. I know it seems bad, but look. He pulls out an amulet from his pocket and presses it into your hands. All is forgiven, yes? You stare at the amulet. It does not look familiar. Oh, Malaclypse says, scratching his head. He opens a small satchel. So which one is yours? We're gonna go lion. The lion amulet. That suits you. Very similar facial structures. Say, you know what? I'm lonely, you're lonely, we should work together. You have befriended Malaclypse the trickster. We should probably get to know one another, seeing as we're going to be friends for life, Malaclypse says. Tell me, where are you from? So here's a little character creation. I guess we can choose our facial look. All right. From the Eastern Belt, eh? You don't say. Good sorts from the Eastern Belt. Very trusting. Oh, by the way, I mean, we, friend, owe money to Vignus of the Thieves Guild. He's quite angry at us. We should journey to Meyrbridge together to appease him. Some gold might help. Although, come to think of it, I'm rather busy. Malaclypse eyes a pretty trader hiking up the road. So it'd be best if you get the gold and I'll meet you there.
Smaller pieces of our fates shattered into fragments. Collect enough, and your reward will come in time.
You enter a competition of strength at a fair. A gold prize is available to the winner. In the first round of the competition, your opponent is the diminutive Roland, a halfling from a traveling troupe of acrobats. So we got some dice. We got
These
beat
dice
10.
are another small game embedded in our game.
Well,
The dice are fair, and thus you have lost this round.
you are shocked by Roland's strength. You learn not to underestimate acrobats or halflings. You are knocked out in the very first round. You receive only a pittance. You take the lesser reward for losing in the competition of strength. When you return, a new contest will begin.
The roads have become even more deadly since the Empire has come to power, despite their promises of the opposite.
The road ahead is blocked by an overturned carriage and a woman calling for help. Please help, she cries. I've been robbed by a band of thugs. Is there anything you can do? Well, we aren't doing great at the dice throws, but dice are dice.
victory. You are learning.
Thank you, the woman says as you help her from the carriage. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. Nice. You thank the woman and continue on your way. Oops.
Water is a symbol for the many thoughts that churn beneath the surface.
While
What is
crossing...
it you're thinking of? What concern is worrying at your mind? Let it fall into the waters beneath.
While crossing a stone bridge, you suddenly find yourself confronted by a villainous band. You could stand and fight the fiends or throw yourself to the mercy of the river below. Let's try. You dive over the side of the bridge just in time, plunging into the cold water. Yeah! Alright. Through a combination of luck and skill, you manage to avoid the worst of the river's hazards. You emerge on the banks further downstream.
Celebrations in aid of what? You see how quickly the actions of the usurper are turned into tales for children.
Nearing the sleepy hamlet of Dulwich, you find the villagers in the midst of some kind of celebration. Much of the activity concerns a large paper and wooden statue depicting a fearsome warrior looming triumphantly over a prone lizard man. Ask a local about what is going on. A friendly stable hand explains, in a bygone age, our town was beset by half men, half lizards. There was no food, no respite, and very little hope. Salvation came in the form of a nameless warrior who hunted the beast for little more than a handful of coins and a crust of bread. He smiles warmly at the festivities. We honor the warrior like this. The statue is filled with food and gold, and we take turns smashing it to bits with a club. You're welcome to join us, and you may keep whatever falls out. The parade and statue are winding their way into town and almost out of sight. The parade ends in the town square. You watch as the villagers take turns smashing the statue with a club and gathering the food and gold that spills out. A local notices your interest and asks if you would like a turn. We're going to watch a local go first. You allow a young girl to go ahead of you in the queue, an act of courtesy that grants you the opportunity to see how this works. The crowd cheers enthusiastically as the child smacks the lizard man's ankle with the club and gathers a few coins and a wrapped sweetbread that falls out. It's soon your turn. You accept the blindfold and take the club into your hands. The club strikes the chest of the treat-laden beast. Some gold falls out. You survey the spoils and try to scoop them up before anyone else can. You scramble together the bounty that you unleashed. Would you like to try to gather more? You survey the spoils and try to scoop them up before anyone else can. Nope. Before you can gather anything, a young child shovels the bounty into a basket and scampers off. With your turn over, you leave.
Here we come to the end of the beginning, running errands for mages. This will become a theme, I dare say.
You arrive at Meyer Bridge as the sun begins to dip below the horizon. You find Malacalypse perusing a selection of cheeses by the market. Ah, if it isn't my good friend the adventurer. Did you bring the gold? Vignus has arranged to meet at the graveyard. Go to the graveyard. We don't have anything else to explore anyway. You wonder whether the spot was chosen for its seclusion or for easy body disposal. Vignus greets Malacalypse with a sly grin. Looks like you turned up after all, and with a lackey in tow. We had our doubts, you know. Vignus cracks his knuckles and giggles. Well now, Malacalypse, convince me, what's to stop me cutting off your head today? You reveal your gold as Malacalypse scrounges in his pockets for some too. The heavy satchel of riches lands at Vignus's feet with a thud that echoes through the silence of the cemetery. You lose 40 gold. That's our deal done, Malacalypse says, worry obvious in his voice. No need for any further troubles. I'm sorry, Mal, Vignus grins. You should have known the guild was never going to let you pay with cash stolen from our members in the first place. Oh, snap. Vignus the Crazed. Treacherous and greedy, a dangerous combination. Anarchists throw flaming bombs that cause fire damage. Your armor is no use to you here. Dang it. Come on. Oops. Got cocky. Malacalypse scratches his chin thoughtfully. It seems you could do with someone savvy to help you navigate these tricky matters of diplomacy, like maybe killing everyone wasn't the best idea. Come, let us discuss our partnership over an ale or two.
Well done. You have cleared the first challenge, and now we can move on to the next.
So these are all cards that we'll have access to in the future.
Welcome to my challenges. Together, we will traverse 22 paths of wisdom and despair in the hope of awakening.
So that was the first scenario in Hand of Fate 2. Probably do some more. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.